Hello, this is Ryder here to review the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Tommy Oliver, Master Morpher. Oh gee, preposterous! A Lightning Collection? Review? Ah! But yeah, so this is finally the release of the Master Morpher scene in Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel episode 10, which was the 25th anniversary special titled Dimensions in Danger, to which Tommy obtains off-screen an entirely new power morpher called the Master Morpher that allows him to access the majority of his previous forms. The only four we saw were Mighty Morphin White, Green, Zeo Red, and Dino Thunder Black. Turbo Red was in the graphic novel Soul of the Dragon, and he never used Nigeti or the Falcon, but he technically did. So this is in the standard plastic-free packaging that Hasbro's been doing, to which I think this one probably looks the best. Like, they've definitely got things straightened forward as compared to, like, I think the Yellow Ranger Power Morpher. And then here we have a artist rendition of Tommy, of his appearance in Dimensions in Danger, though obviously everyone has pointed this out already. He has the buckle. And has lights and sounds. 18 plus requires 3 AAAs and such. And just in multiple languages, that's only in English. The bottom just has all the standard Hasbro stuff. Tommy Oliver, Master Morpher. And then here we have the art piece yet again. I don't know why mine came up weird, but the back is just basically just showcasing all the power coins and the display case, the size, I guess, and just a bunch of warnings. Oops. So here we have all the contents: the Master Morpher itself, the traditional Power Morpher buckle, the display case, and the 6 power coins. So we'll just try to stack them. I think they're too heavy to be stacked. But I don't know, we won't waste any more time on this. Alright. So here we are with the Master Morpher itself. We'll keep it at this size. And overall, it's pretty interesting overall of a design, because obviously they mainly just took the green / white ranger morpher and just changed the Power Rangers to be this really interesting I guess techie design and such, which I think most people have said it's very reminiscent of Zeo, but I kind of see it. But there's only like the square and the triangle, but I actually really do like this overall and such. And the thing too with Hasbro's Lightning Collection, or the Lightning Collection Power Morphers, is that this is the first one that's actually chrome, because the previous ones have actually been show accurate, but now technically they're not anymore. But I do like the chrome. Obviously, I can't show much of the chrome because it's just too. I don't want to deal with blurring, because I already have to do that for the unboxing and potentially the demo. So I don't want to deal with it. However, I actually really do like how, see, I get spooked because I see my reflection, but it's not in frame. So I really do like how they handle the black here, because I think it's actually molded in, as opposed to the Lightning Collection, or the Legacy version, that they're just stickers, I believe. But other than that, the back is pretty basic for the most part. It's just the standard Z, because obviously Jew Ranger had that. And like I appreciate that it's molded at least. But obviously unlike the Legacy version, this is just the battery cover. Obviously we fold this down to actually hold the Power Morpher. This is where all the copyright stuff is thrown. Obviously this one is still trademark 2020 because that's when the mold was made, and I genuinely don't know what all that is supposed to mean. But, you know, I like it overall. The only inaccuracy of there's two inaccuracies. First of all, obviously because the Master Morpher was based off of the Legacy Power Morpher, or was made off of that, the button obviously isn't red, it's black. And when we open it up, if you look inside, yeah, this is entirely wrong. Because for some reason, in traditional Hasbro fashion, they decided to add this, like, lightning effect inside of the green plastic, which isn't bad, but again, it's not accurate to how it was to the prop. However, this, as you can see from here, this is where we have our pin system and such, and also this is where the speakers are too. So yeah, that's basically it with the Power Morpher, or I guess the Power Morpher mold, but just for the Master Morpher, it's basically just again, Tommy's Power Morpher, but with green inside and the outside changed. So moving on, we have the holster, to which I think this is the first time since the original Lightning Collection Power Morpher we have the original black holster and such. But obviously this is my first time covering it, so it's pretty basic overall. It has clips, so then you can put it on whatever you're wearing. And, you know, it does a neat job. This is how this works. Basically, I think one of these sections gets pressed in. Yeah, this gets pressed in like so whenever you actually press the Power Morpher in, coin facing out, because obviously this is obviously only Jew Ranger, but this is how they typically wear it, to which you can do, to which I prefer this. It's just that obviously the Hasbro or the Lightning Collection version actually doesn't allow this to be a thing because of the fact there's actually no securance at all, because it's just going to fall out, which is very unfortunate. So we will keep this on like so, because we will take a look at the base itself, to which this is actually, I think this is actually a newly molded base, because the previous three have been using the same core base, the black lightning bolt base, because it only had to hold 4 coins. This one has to hold 5. So I guess I do like the molding overall. I'm just confused about this color, because I guess it's cool that they wanted to go with this rock color, but like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know how they come up with these designs for the bases and such. And also a interesting thing that they actually implemented for this one is that if you lift this cover up, you can actually store the coins in, which is pretty neat, because this is probably how I'm gonna do it, because I don't display things at all. I throw them in store. I try to throw them in storage immediately and such. So this is the only way you can actually display it. You can only, like, literally just you need the holster on, because you can have the Power Morpher, but like, you know, you just fill out the most space with the base. And then, as you can see from here, you have these little cuts, like so, which allows you to store the power coins on here, to which I just follow what how the box has it. So this is, I mean, it's definitely a weird order. I get why them having this one at the center. And then just to show very quickly, this is how they want you to display it, to which I think it's definitely neat and such to give us this option overall. But realistically, you just take your coins, pile them up, like so. Close that hatch, and there you go. You get less space, or you get more. You don't have to worry about anything because it's just like, oh, okay, I know my power coins are in here. I think, yeah, okay. So this cover definitely is not the sturdiest because it's just like, oh, these are just gonna fall out. But speaking of these things, so here we have the power coins for the set, which obviously are all correlated to Tommy. So here's the Dragon Zord power coin, to which I think for these ones they actually took a cue of how they were prop-wise, because the thing with the previous power coins from the other Lightning Collection sets was that they were Bandai 1993 shiny, but not like show or like prop wise. So I do like that they went with the more prop look and such. To which I feel like my Dragon Zord has this weird scratch. I don't know, it looks odd. But you know, we got the Dragon Zord coin. My only disappointment with these coins is that they got rid of the cool thing that the original power coins had, which was just the helmet of that ranger. It kind of sucks they just changed it for this generic explosion. And as you can see here, you can see a notch at the bottom. Next up, we have the Tiger Zord power coin for the White Ranger, to which obviously is just keep a Ranger's symbol in a power coin. And then as you can see, this one has 3 notches. And then for the, I think the most unique coin, we have the Falcon Zord, or the Falcon power coin, as this one was original. The Ninjetti power coins were original to Season 3. And then this one uses the left and bottom notch. So this one's pretty neat. Next up, we have our new power coins. We have the, I think, just the Zeal power coin, to which is just, I guess, the remnants of the Zeal crystal within a power coin. To which I think they did a good job with how this works, though there are QC issues of this, like the red being splotched up, but surprisingly mine's not too bad, which is pretty good. This one uses the notches again for the top, left, and bottom. And I also just really like the background. I think this one's definitely really neat. Next up, we have the Turbo power coin, to which this one is alright. It's basically, I guess, how I feel about the Dragon Zord. It's just the turbo symbol, but it's a triangle. I don't know, I kind of wish there was more to it, but I mean, they did what they could. This one uses the left, right, and bottom notches. And last but not least, we have the Dino Thunder power coin, to which again, it's just the Dino Thunder symbol, but I think this one works a lot better because it's like an actual circular logo or symbol. And also, I just like how these are not flat. I like how they pop out and such. And this one actually presses all 4 notches. So obviously I should probably compare. So like, again, if we were to take a power coin and a Memorial Edition Sentai gear, because these are the only 2 things I actually have of like die-cast gimmicks. Yeah, I think the power coins are definitely heavier because obviously these are completely 100% die cast. These ones are obviously just the rims are die cast. The middle is obviously still plastic, so it's still like it has some weight, but it's still like feels light and such. But this one is completely heavy and such. And then I guess if you were to like clean them, it's like they're all right. But I guess like again, like the clinginess for like these ones actually sound like coins, I guess, as opposed to like the things I use. So like again, if we were to like, you know, you can tell, I guess there's like a hollowness, I guess, to the like clinginess. So I guess in a way, these sound more satisfying. I don't know where I'm trying to go with this, but it's not a criticism. It's just like a comparison within die-cast quality, I guess. But I don't know. Also, again, we should probably state the QC issues people are getting, because I think besides the splotch paint, I think people are either getting duplicates of the White Tiger or Turbo. Or even, I think it's between these two. Because people are either getting duplicates of either White Ranger coin, and I definitely know Turbo. So obviously, look out for that. So actually, before we play with the Master Morpher, we actually need to install the batteries. Because I'll actually show this because you might be wondering, oh, how exactly were you able to show off opening this thing without playing or exciting off the sounds? Because I just left out one battery. So yeah, this thing takes up 3 AAAs. And the thing is that this thing does not have an activation switch at all. No pull tab, nor on-off switch. Because that's just a thing Hasbro really likes doing. So, basically, when we don't have a power coin installed, we get a beautiful, I would say, 7 LED. We have a set of 8 LEDs and such, or LEDs that can light up 2 per time. But it's just because like this is technically the only way to see more than just the colors that are coordinated to these power coins, like blue and yellow, for example. Is there pink? Yeah, there's a little bit of pink, but yeah, that's basically it. So I think there's at least should be 2 opening sounds. They're slightly different, but we'll actually get to this right away. So there is a secret sound that has been standard for the Lightning Collection Power Morphers of when you hold down both sides and hold down the button.
Go on, keep trying, see what happens.
So you have Tommy taunting you and such. That's typically it'll be Alpha just freaking out. However, this one actually does more, so you have to like at least press it 3 or 4 or 5 times to have him say that again. But when he when he taunts you again, you have to hold the button down for at least like another like 10 seconds.
Go on, keep trying, see what happens. Bow down to you, Ryder. Being evil ain't easy.
So yeah, you get an evil Tommy phrase, which is pretty neat. I like how the Power Morpher like freaks out and like goes through those multiple LEDs. Like that's actually really cool. It would have been cool if like it changed stuff, but oh well, it's a neat way of actually utilizing that feature. But anyways, we'll open the Power Morpher up because you can do this. I'll actually probably showcase this. You can insert the power coins in either way. But basically, the way you insert power coins is basically, I think, the same way you did it in the original Bandai 1993 toy, to which you have to, you have these 2 tabs here. You insert them you have to make sure that the smaller ones at this top left and the bigger ones at this bottom right. So once you get those two tabs in those open slots, you want to twist it to its left. So you get that, and then it will just pulsate the color that is coordinated with the coin, and then you just simply close the Morpher. So you get a power down sound basically, and then at this point we'll fold down the Morpher, and then when you press the button on the side,
Green Ranger power now!
so there we have Tommy saying just a generic phrase, and then you get this weird humming sound. I don't get it personally, but you get up to 7 phrases.
Dragon Sword! 1993, it's morphin' time! Sometimes, the original is the best.
You obviously have to wait for the phrase to be done, unless you want to cancel it by closing this, which this is pretty sensitive.
Dragon Sword power now! It's morphin' time! Green Ranger power now!
And we're back. So yeah, like, you know, that arrangement of phrases is alright for the most part. Obviously, I didn't say this, and first of all, my Green Ranger is literally falling out. He's not even in there. Or, the coin's not even in, so I'm surprised it's actually not falling. But, yeah. So, I forgot, I didn't forget, I just didn't state. Yeah, Jason David Frank did come back to voice himself in this Morpher, because because basically the deal, this story was already done, but to summarize it, the deal was that Hasbro originally wanted him to voice a movie White Ranger Morpher. He declined and said, why don't you guys do the Master Morpher instead to get more money? And then Hasbro was just like, what's a Master Morpher? So, yeah, this is the last thing of JDF that he is done playing as Tommy and such. And, yeah, it's weird for sure. But, however, unlike the other Power Morphers, this one actually does have secret sounds when you actually play around with closing it. So, first of all, I guess it is in there. It just looks like it's gonna fall. But, yeah. So basically, to get this sound, you need to like open and close.
Don't worry, this is a good kind of green.
Yeah, you just need to open and close the Morpher like 3 or 5 times and such. And obviously, that's how you remove the power coin. I generally don't know what these things are. I think these things are stoppers for the power Morpher. Because, you know, just so then it actually stays in place, which is pretty smart. So, zoom out. Here is the Tiger Zord power coin. This one, basically, we will have, again, about 6 to 8 phrases. We have a white LED. And they actually alter the closing and opening sounds.
White Ranger, Tiger power!
So there we actually have a tiger sound.
Now, I just need Saba and the gangs back together. It's a tiger style. Alright, Saba, let's do it.
I keep pressing this accidentally.
Ooh, tiger style. Tiger power. Isa! White Ranger, tiger power.
And we're back. And the secret sound for this one, I guess we can just do this. Because
Vanilla, chocolate, smoothies from Ernie's Juice Bar. You know what I'm talking about.
But that one didn't trigger properly because obviously I guess I'll make you guys hear it again. Because it's what do you...
Vanilla, chocolate, smoothies from Ernie's Juice Bar. You know what I'm talking about.
That's how it's supposed to go, but oh my gosh, I don't like it. That's one of the worst lines in here. So again, here's the Falcon coin, and I'll just show how to, and like you can still insert it while closed, which I prefer it this way because it's just obviously you don't get the closing sound, but obviously you still get it glowing.
White Ranger, Falcon Zord. Power up. Let's do it, guys. Ninja Ranger power. Falcon Zord now. Ancient powers of the ninjas gonna take you down.
That's it for that one. And this is the last one to have a secret sound for when you open and close it, which is definitely weird, but this one's definitely the interesting one. Alright, let me just... Like, it does that, which is pretty cool. Because again, I think what most people are assuming, it's the destruction of the power coins and such. And now using the Zeo power coin. So now you have a red LED and you have sounds similar to the Zeonizer. Or
Zeo Ranger 5, red. Time to show you how it's done. Morpher time. Crystal powered Morpher, Zeo 5, activate.
alright.
Zeo Ranger 5, now. You're in for a surprise. It's time for the original to show you how it's done.
I think that was the last one.
Zeo Ranger 5, red.
Yeah, because that one is the proper morph call. I don't get the point of the Zero Ranger 5 now. But anyways, here we have turbos. I like how that's the start of a car. Or similar.
Ready? Let's do it. Shift to the turbo.
So basically just like White Tiger, this one actually does have car sounds.
Can't slow down the Turbo Red Ranger. Red Lightning, turbo power, now! Alright guys, shift to the turbo. Nothing's gonna slow me down. Ready? Let's do it. Shift to the turbo.
I don't think that was it.
Can't slow down the Turbo Red Ranger.
Did we or
Red Lightning, turbo power,
I think we actually I think that's basically it. Here we have the Dino Thunder or the Brachio power coin. I don't know. This one's the weirdest because again I learned most of this. I do like the purple LEDs. I don't get why it's that sound specifically. So sound out pointed this out. This one's the weirdest one because you actually have to go through 2 cycles to get all the phrases.
Dino Thunder, Black Ranger. Dr. O, coming in. Brachio power, now! Alright, knuckleheads, power up! Brachio power, coming in. It's it. Tommy Oliver, PhD. Dino Thunder, Black Ranger. Dr. O, coming right at you.
So we're in the second cycle now.
Brachio power, now. Alright, cheeseball.
cheese ball.
Vacuum power coming in. Let's see.
I think we're gonna hit the next one, or the last one.
First of all, never call me dude. It's Oliver. Tommy Oliver, PhD.
Most people think it's gonna be forced, but no. It's so stupid. So overall, for being my first experience with a power morpher in general, it's interesting for sure. Because I think I've already shared this story a lot, but like, I originally actually did want to pick up the Lightning Collection Power Morpher. It was just that it was either not available in my area, or we just, you know, it's mostly just that it wasn't available in my area, because I wanted to pick it up locally, but I never heard signs about it. Nor, obviously, I could have just ordered online, but again, I was really on the fence because it was like, I just wasn't too sure. But then when I heard like people were like getting it on discount for like $20 and such, yeah, of course I grew jealous about it, because it was just like, it would have been cool if I can actually secure that $20 power morpher in my local Walmart. It never showed up. So it's just like, it was just annoying that like the power morpher, the Lightning Collection Power Morpher, just never showed up ever again. So it's just like, it's just unfortunate that I can't own that thing, because the only reason why I would actually want to pick it up is just to hear how horrible the audio splicing is. Of like, hearing like, dinosaurs! And then like, all the fade outs and such. And obviously I skipped on the pink and yellow Rangers, because what's the point? However, the Master Morpher, it's decent, but like, in a way, it's just, how do I want to phrase it? I guess it feels half baked, like, because I think there's a lot of good things going for it. Like, I like how this one definitely is the most valuable of these, because it's like, we actually, like, first of all, we actually got Jason David Frank back to do these lines, so that's cool. And like, it's a cool way of honoring the character of Tommy, and just like, overall, it's cool to have something to represent most of his forms and such. And like, again, just because we probably would have gotten this from Bandai if they still had the toy license, because they probably would have done it the following year. But I'm like, in a way, it's good that Hasbro did do this, because it's just like, cool. Like, I think this is like the most definitive way we could have gotten a Master Morpher. But obviously, like, without getting, I guess, into my gripes of just the Power Morpher in general, but it's just like, before we actually get to the gripes of the Master Morpher, I just think in general, I don't get why we can't get a morphing sound. It's weird, and I don't know, it just feels, a lot of things feel missing. But like, again, I feel like I have to categorize it between just the general issues of the Power Lightning Collection Power Morphers, and things specific to the Master Morpher, which I kind of don't want to dwell on too much, because like basically what I said, like I think my general issues with the Power Morphers is like there's just no morphing sound. I don't get the point of the humming. And it's just like I like all the other sound effects, which I don't think they're from the show at all. They sound similar, but it's just like again because like the Master Morpher doesn't have that Neo Saban like sound library and such because like I'm pretty sure they used like the Instamorph sounds for whenever the Master Morpher opened. And so I feel like they used the Legendary Morpher sound effects or something. It's been a while since I've watched those clips. But like I don't know. It's like it would have been cool if they went through that effort because if they can go through that effort with again like the Beast X King Morpher or like the Dino Knight Morpher and the Gold Fury Blade Blaster or the Gold Fury Morpher, then it's just like I don't get why they can't do it for these toys. I get it's a lot of work, but I think it will be worthwhile by the end. But the Master Morpher's flaws, I think, is kind of the obvious one. The lines. Because it's just like, as cool as it is that Jason David Frank did the lines, and this is his, I think I've already said, this is the last thing he's ever going to do as Tommy. Someone did not do the research. Because I don't want to repeat I guess the general opinions, but like it's just weird. Like basically what I will say about the phrases is that I think this definitely should like the with how the phrases were handled in this toy, it should make people actually give respect to things like CSM or the memorial lines because obviously for years people criticize those things for having too much phrases or too much lines or having dialogue that they can't understand. It's just like I feel like you can complain about with how much phrases are present or whatever, but you have to at least respect that like whoever is working on those products, they actually took the time to like actually go through the show to where those lines come from and for the actors to reenact those lines. Unless you're Ultraman where you're completely lazy and just rip them straight from the show by and just extracting them through filters and such, they're at least accurate lines. The delivery might not be as impactful as to how the show did it, but it's like an accurate line. Yes, this thing does have like the general iconic lines. Dragon Zord, it's Morphin time. Uh Zero Ranger 5 Red, Ninja Ranger Power. Now shift into Turbo, Dino Thunder Black Ranger, yeah. You see, there's not really much because I feel like the rest of the lines are just filler, and like obviously, just some of them don't. Some of them just don't really feel in character, and just like again, Zero Ranger 5 is weird because they literally did not even bother fact checking the name of the Zeonizer. They just call it the Crystal Powered Morpher. What? And like Dino Thunder is just weird because Tommy's bragging about how much he has a PhD. And apparently, like, I think the first half of that line, I think from some people, they've stated that that's like the only line that was like actually in the show, or like not the like Tommy Oliver PhD, but like the first half. But like that, I don't know. I feel like his portrayal for Dino Thunder Black here is off because I feel like he should have been a lot more sophisticated or something. Like again, I'm not expecting 50 plus phrases for each coin from each series. Like I'm not going to expect Tommy to like riff something from the Turbo movie. But like just well, okay, speaking of Turbo, Turbo's the best one even if like there is the cliche, oh, you can't slow me down because I'm a car motif thing, because obviously he's never said that, but I'm like, I feel like it's the most natural, because like Zeo weren't, like, the Zeo one is a bit too generic, and it's just like, again, I don't really like the lines of like, oh yeah, like, we're the originals and such, because it's just like, come on, like, respect the legacy, and it's just like, what? But like, if I had to rank the quality of the phrases, it'll have to go Turbo, Falcon, Dragon, Zeo, White, not White Tiger, Tiger Zord, and Dino Thunder. Or Brachio, technically. Or like, I guess this one could be Red Lightning, like Zero Ranger 5, but I don't know. But it's just like, I, I think this one's definitely the weirdest because he doesn't refer to this as Tiger Zord at all. Because I think only 4 of these actually have the full morph calls, and these 2 don't technically. But like, I know everyone's like talking about like, oh, there's no Dino Thunder power up, ha. But like, I mean, like, you can audio splice. But like, I think I'm more bugged by there's just no Tiger Zord. And also, speaking of that, what is with the sequencing of the phrases? Like, why is it not in an order of like morph call, roll call, and then just do whatever random phrases? Like, you know, with here, like with Green Ranger, do it's Morphin time, Dragon Zord, Green Ranger power now, Dragon Zord power now, and then you can do the like 1993, it's Morphin time, and then whatever. And also the hidden sounds. Again, I think Falcon's probably the best one. Because I think, yeah, Turbo and Falcon. And then, like, Dragon, Zeo, Tiger, and yeah. Because, like, Falcon is the most generic, but I feel like it just works. Because that, you know, it's nice to have a representation of Season 3 and just some acknowledgement of the Jedi powers. Because it's cool to have Ninja Ranger power now and such. But, yeah, the secret sounds, again, like I said, Falcon's my favorite. This one is like the second worst sound behind Dr. Oliver, PhD. This one doesn't really make sense, in my opinion. I feel like this one was kind of pointless because I think the evil Tommy sound is a lot better. And it's just unfortunate these 3 don't have secret phrases. It would have been cool if this one had like Super Dino mode or something. And I don't know, this one just, I don't know what these 2 obviously would have done because obviously Tommy wasn't really present as the Red Turbo Ranger. But yeah, like overall, like it's a, if you're a die-hard fan of Tommy, then yeah, go pick it up if you could. But like other than that, it's not necessarily like okay, I'll probably say this definitely because this is happening before, but this is definitely not the Revice Memorial sets for sure, where I feel like there's like so much lacking and like there could have been potential. This one's more of like the choices, the direction of this product is just weird. It's like, it's nice to have, but like, it's more of just, I guess, petty, like things that we would have wanted. But like, other than that, it's like it's fine. It doesn't feel empty in a way. And like, obviously, like, it doesn't help that this thing is getting scalped to the ground, which I think is stupid. I think, because again, this is a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, so for that retailed for $65 before shipping, because obviously if you don't want to pay for the shipping, then you have to get Pulse, but you have to get premium. But this was $65, to which I think is a decent price overall, especially because I think from what I recall, the Lightning Collection Power Morpher prices were rising increasingly as they went on, because I think Power Morpher was originally $50, and then they just rose up to odd prices. So for this one just to be like $65, I think it's worth it, especially because it's just like, this one actually has, again, JDF in the toy, and you have 6 power coins. You have an entirely newly molded base, and you have the, you know, chrome look of the Master Morpher. So I think it definitely is worth it for the 65. It's just unfortunate that basically after the okay, so I forgot to, I guess I have to explain this. So obviously after Hasbro Pulse, hours after, they initially were holding orders. Like, the first run was basically, hey, these are available, go buy them now, to which I thought was stupid. But then luckily, they were holding a second run that were pre-orders. I luckily got Zarikin to jump on that. To which, obviously, so basically, the second batch, you had to wait for a month after everyone else, so that's why I guess I'm covering it late. But it's just like, you know, like, I'm glad I was able to secure this, definitely, because this is, again, mostly the only, this is one of the last items they're going to do for the Lightning Collection before they go on a complete hiatus. So it's just like, it's cool that they're finally doing things fans want, but I think it's like too late at this point. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know I can like really recommend this for casual collectors, or just like more for collectors in general. I feel like you really have to be a Tommy fan, or just like a fan, or just, I guess, like, I mean, Power Rangers fans can get a kick out of this too, definitely. But I'm just gonna have to be honest, like, if you miss those 2 windows, and if they don't hold any more orders, you're out of luck. That's just the sad reality, because again, I'm constantly repeating myself, but this thing's getting like scalped for like $120, and it's just kind of, it's horrible. Because it's just like, this thing, thank gosh it was only $65 and not the 100 we were assuming, because 100 wouldn't have been worth it, but I digress. Honestly, this thing kind of does more than like some of the other like premium things I have. Anyways, that'll have to do with this review. This is literally the price of a figure art. This is Ryder, and I'll leave people bye.